It is currently 1:30 a.m. I have all this written down for this video, talking about how I got fired from my job. That's what this is about. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of reshot this like 20 times because I'm so insecure and just all over the place. Um, but I'm just gonna dive into it now. I'm at a point where I'm just really tired. My name is DJ Beckham. Call me DJ. Um, I just got fired from my job. It's really hard right now. If you've been through this, or if you're currently going through this, you know how heavy it can feel losing a job that supports what you need financially going on at the moment. I hope I didn't word that right at all, but um, I worked at Royal Farms overnight customer service. And it was a really good job. I mean, pay was minimum wage. What can you expect from a 9 to 5? But I worked really hard. Um, so the only thing that really led up to this point is my attendance. My attendance definitely was the major impact of this unfortunate event. I had many circumstances where I was late within minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, and if I can think back, I think one of the times were about 30 minutes late, which is definitely unacceptable for a job. Which they did give me chances. They did try to understand my circumstance and work around it a lot, which I really appreciate. And that job was really good. It had its pros and cons, like every job, but you gotta love it. You gotta love what you do, no matter what. Kind of a backstory to my situation. I currently don't have a car. I'm working on getting my license. So when it came to going to work, I would Uber, or I'd just have somebody take me to work if they could. Sometimes, most of the time, it was a coworker that would pick me up or drop me off or something. But if not, I'd Uber. So that was already a factor in it, of trying to get adjusted to Ubering or to a new job and stuff like that. When I first had got the job, and knowing when to order it so I don't be late, because Uber is there to be tripping sometimes. So I live in a room for rent right now. If you don't know what that is, it's basically somebody has their own house or apartment or whatever, and they rent out a room that they're not using. And that's what I ended up going with and finding after my parents and stuff. We all separated, we all went our ways. That's a whole nother story for another video, but if y'all want to hear that, let me know. But yeah, I ended up getting a room for rent. I found it on Facebook Marketplace for about $800. Really nice people. One thing about it though, it's off a back country road. It's near my job, but it's off a real back country road that's like in the middle of the road, and it's a long road. So, me walking to work was definitely a factor, but especially when it's getting cold, it was definitely not a factor anymore. And then me being on a country road, it's like it's not a sidewalk, so it's definitely dangerous. But I did what I had to do. I walked to work. I walked to the interview when I got the job. I did what I had to do to keep myself up, to keep pushing. And then when it got cold, I made sure I saved money now that I have the job to Uber and stuff like that, until I had my coworkers actually start picking me up, and I had a good routine. But it wasn't until a few days ago where I got put on final notice for being like 3 minutes late. But that's also from the many times being late before, leading up to that moment. And I knew that I was on final notice, yet I still was late again, which was about 10 minutes late, which was yesterday. And that's when I really got fired yesterday. I worked the shift. I already knew I was fired. You have that feeling. I already knew I was fired. I already knew that it was imminent that I would hear some news about being, but I already knew I'd hear some news about being fired or just news about something because I was on final notice. I was even mentioned to my by my own GM that I'd be the only one to survive final notice. So they already never had that happen, and GM was getting off work, and I was going into work at 10 p.m. and he told me to clock in even though I was late. So I clocked in, went through my night. I was definitely anxious most of the night. And he told me right before he left to come up with reasons why they should keep me. So I already knew, you know. I just didn't know it'd be so soon. Um, Fast forward, I go through the night working hard, trying to clean and do way better than I've ever done to prove myself worthy of the job still. Um, 6 a.m. comes. I'm about to get off. I'm about to clock out, and my GM, my general manager, pulls me to the side. His name is Kevin, and he tells me, you know, the unfortunate events, the unfortunate amount of times I've been given chances. What should we do past that point? Basically asking me, why should I be kept? And when I'm put in that circumstance, it's really like I get real anxiety. I get real anxious. My anxiety really goes up. But I still do my best and try my best because I have to, no matter what. So I try my best to explain um, the matter. No, even if it sounds repetitive, I even apologize for how repetitive I might sound. I did my best to try to explain myself and give reason, but at the end of the day, it was like the conversation was already over when it started. He already had his decision in mind. So um, he ended up telling me he would be sorry he couldn't keep me, and he actually was a little kind about it because he knows my circumstance. He's given me chances in the past up until this point, so he was a little kind about it, saying he usually doesn't do it, but he's gonna put me in for rehire, just not at that location. So, and he even told me he was in connect with a nearby Royal Farms general manager that or an overnight leader, one of the two, that sorry, new to recording, new to all this. But yeah, he was in contact with an overnight leader and general manager that was nearby and said that they might need help, and even contacted them about me and said he put in a good word if I put in my application. So he had to do what he had to do, but he was kind about it, which I really appreciate no matter what. I really appreciated the job, the opportunity, just having a job, even no matter how fast you get it, how long it takes, how easy it is, how boring it is, how long it is, no matter what type of job or the circumstance of the job, it's a blessing to have a job. A lot of people struggle to find a job, some more than others, but in general, it's a blessing to have a job. It's a blessing to have an income that supports your wants and needs, majority of your needs, but it's even more joyful and funner when it's your wants involved in that too. So it's a blessing to have a job. It's a blessing to make money, and in a way, it's also a blessing to just show your work ethic in what you do, no matter what it is. Something you really like, something you don't like as much, it doesn't matter. It's a blessed thing to have. That's what I always looked at my job as. But I will say with this experience, sorry, I'm yapping a lot. I really never done this before, and here we go again. But yeah, I'm yapping a lot because this is really my first video. do I keep saying that shit? Sorry. It's just mentally a lot on me right now. It's really everything dawning on me. As you see, I'm in a stairwell at 1:30 in the morning, so yeah, everything's dawning on me. I wrote a list of stuff I want to talk about. I'm trying my best to get through it, and just hit key points and topics. But the main thing I'm just trying to get at is how I'm feeling, what I just went through, and how it's affecting me. And if I can help in a way, that'd be amazing, you know? If somebody's out there watching is going through the same thing, going through something, or just anything, I hope it can reach y'all. I hope this can be something you can watch to see that somebody else is going through something. I hope you can see that the weight you're feeling is, it's not just weight created to be put on you. It's weight that gets, you know, it's a verity of weight, and it gets passed around. It gets, different people gets their own certain amount of weight. If I could say I've learned anything from this experience, I would say stay focused. Not only don't put all your focus on the appreciation of what you have, but go deeper. Try to appreciate the small things and the big things. Be appreciative of the things deeper than just the things that should be appreciated. Look, if you appreciate something, write it down. Write down what you do and the thing you appreciate. And then start to realize that those things that you do and the thing that you appreciate, you have to appreciate those things as well, because those things are the things that create the thing that you appreciate. And you can really get lost in appreciating too much, or getting comfortable with appreciating something to the point where you just, if you feel good, you feel great, you feel like you're doing really amazing, but you don't realize that you're at a stagnant place. You don't realize that there's a lot more to appreciate. There's always more. You know, God blesses us every single day with vision, with seeing, with hearing, with smelling. God blesses us every single day. And with that, that's a way bigger appreciation there itself. So I'm sorry if that don't make sense. I'm trying my best. And I feel like I sound kind of stupid, but that's just my anxiety talking. I have my thing on the DJI Osmo 6, so that's why it's moving back and forth. I lost a lot of jobs in the past, and this will be another one of them. But this one's definitely different. I've lost a lot of jobs, but this one definitely is different. When I got this job, I told myself this would be my last job that I will be working, my last 9 to 5 that I'll be working until I go financially independent. I might not reach, financial independence, like be successful in it, but I told myself this job will at least get me to the point of being financially independent. Whether it's bare minimum, I just really wanted to use this job to finalize where I'm at with what I wanted to do as a person myself. Some advice I would give would be, when you're dealing with stuff like this, whether you're dealing with this or something else, you can try your best to try to feel better. You can try your best to you can truly understand how emotion works. You can truly be emotionally intelligent. Sorry, I couldn't find that word, but you could be emotionally intelligent and still deal with something in the worst way. My advice for anybody watching, anybody going through something like this, something in general, and just feel a heavy burden on themselves, just take a step back, or just look at what you have, write it down, or just acknowledge it mentally fully, and just first start off with appreciating. You know, you're gonna feel down, you're gonna feel sad, you're gonna break down, you're gonna cry, you're gonna go through a lot of emotions, whether it be anger, sadness, um, little jumps of joy. Like you're gonna go through an emotional battle when you're going through something. But just make sure before you even let your next emotion come out past the experience that you're dealing with, you look at everything. You really make sure you tell yourself that it's not okay. Make sure you tell yourself that things can not get better. Because a lot of the times we get stuck on it's okay, it'll be okay. But the times we live in now, words like that has been dragged so far, and it's like a lot of people are misled or in real dark places and don't know how to get out of them, because those words, even if true, are overused to the point where you don't know if it's true or not. And that's a big thing in our world now because of depression's at a real high, unfortunately. And that's why I really hope this video can reach people, because a lot of people need, whether it's physically, whether who it may be, everybody really needs every once in a while to hear something, to see something. Just like you're meant to go through something, you're also meant to get through something. You who is watching, to the ones watching this, you're smart, you're brave, you're kind. Whether you believe it or not, you're a lot more than you know. Whether you feel like you lack some areas, whether you feel like you overdo some areas, you're nothing more than what it are. Whether you feel like you're a lot, you're not enough, you can't get through certain stuff, or you wouldn't be able to handle this or that, just know you're one of a kind. There's only one of you. Anyway, the light had cut off, but you're one of a kind. There's only one of you. There will only be one of you. God made you exactly how you should be. He put you here for a reason that you will never really exactly know. But he knows that that's okay. He knows that you're going to fall into sin. God knows that you're gonna wake up and do otherwise than his word. He knows this. Yet he still forgives us every single day. He still wakes us up, and he still nourishes us with his spirit, his holy bread. So whatever you're going through, put God in the middle of it. Even if it's something amazing that you're going through, that you really enjoy, that joy came from God, and just put God in the middle of it. No matter what you do, you going to the store to get something to eat. You're going to the store to get you a bag of chips. Every little thing you do, put God in the middle of it. That's all He asks. That's all He asks. Whether you lack prayer, whether you're working on your prayers, you're working on getting closer with God, you're not close with God at all, whether you have different beliefs on Him, and this is not even something that you're really taking in because of that. Just be the best version of yourself for you. And every once in a while, take a step back and look at that version of yourself and see if it's been manipulated by your surrounding. See if it's been kind of different than where you started. It's gonna be better, but a lot of the times when we get better, the more we get better, the more comfortable we get unknowingly. So we always have to take that step back, and that's really important. My plans past this point are just push YouTube, go 100% on YouTube. I definitely felt like this is a sign. I definitely feel like, if not now, then when? And I've been feeling that for a long time, but this is definitely, this has definitely opened my eyes to realize that if not just now, then when, but literally, if not right now, then when will I? Because any moment's a good moment. Any moment's a perfect time. There's no perfect moment in anything. You just have to do it. Not only do YouTube 100%, but I'm also doing stock market day trading. I'm going through funded accounts right now, but my goal is to get my first payout. We'll pass the challenge and then get my first payout and go from there. Take trading really serious, which I have been lately. Disciplining myself a lot harder, which is an emotional battle, but it's a battle nonetheless, and all battles can be won, especially through God. So, along with stock market and YouTube, I'm definitely gonna job search as well, try to acquire another job, but I'm not gonna put too much time into that, but I'm gonna 100% do it. But I'm not gonna remove time from YouTube or anything else anymore. I'm giving y'all 100% of me, giving y'all 100% transparency. I really hope this video reached, even if one person. I hope it did. If not, that's okay. I feel like before I looked at it like, who's gonna be watching me? And that's what really held me back with my anxiety. But now that I'm actually doing it right now, I love that I'm talking to myself in a way. I love that in another way, other than that, I'm talking to somebody, whether how they feel about it. But I get to reach people. And that's big to me because I've definitely always wanted to help people in ways that I haven't been helped, and in ways that I have been helped, and just make things different, If you're watching this video and things are hard, just know every setback is an opportunity for a comeback. Always know, no matter where you are in your predicament, how bad, how good, no matter what direction, don't overburn yourself. Don't burn yourself out trying to give 100% a day, trying to be 100% different, trying to 100% change. Just one day at a time, 1% a day. That's all that matters. Because slow motion is still motion. I got that from somebody. But I'm not gonna act like I just made that, but I really love that quote. Slow motion is still motion, and that ties into what I say. 1% a day is still progress. Progress is better than stagnant. If you have any questions or topics you would like me to talk about, feel free to put them in the comments, as well as experiences that relate to this or just experiences that you deal with or are dealing with right now. I would love to hear it because we're all in this together, no matter how we think. We're all we got. You're never alone, ever. And if you are, put it down below, and I'll reply, and I'll definitely let you know you're not, because you should never be alone. Everybody needs their time alone, but regardless of that, that doesn't affect the fact that you're never alone. You're amazing. You're great. You're kind. You're smart. And you have way more potential than you know you do. You always will have more potential than you will always see firsthand. It's definitely gonna be a rough night for the rest of the night. Because if I don't get up and do this every single day, then who will? You know? If you don't get up and do what you want to do, nobody else will. And nobody else will judge you as hard as you will when you realize that you didn't do it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully my experience reached someone, if not helped them. And if you're watching and it did, I hope to keep helping through my videos, and hopefully you enjoyed this enough to like and subscribe. If not, if you want, you can comment your experience. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear how things affected you, how you got past them, and what you're doing now to keep moving forward past it, because that's really important. And I feel like your message could also help others. So comment down below, how you feel, if this has helped, topics and things you would potentially like me to talk about in the future. And if you could help out, like and subscribe, and you'll be seeing more of me. 1% a day. That's all that matters. Keep your head up. Forgot to mention, Sunday, I'm getting baptized with my bro Desmond, so y'all will probably see that in the next video, as well as topics and things y'all talk about in the comment sections.